the Italians at Ducati have actually been hard at work in these past 2 years. Who would have thought? And they have started rolling out their teaser campaigns for new production bikes coming out this year. One of the most interesting ones being the DesertX, a concept which was shown off at EICMA in 2019. Do you remember 2019, Dave? I think that was actually the good old days. Welcome back to Long Way Home, everyone. The place where getting your motorcycle news is easier than getting Dave to show up on screen, but not by much. Ducati has just shared new details about the DesertX prior to its official reveal in December, and the production DesertX has very little in common with the concept, apart from its looks that have stayed almost identical, which is a very good thing. If this is something that interests you, stick around. Alright, in the original concept version, the DesertX was basically designed after Ducati's 1100 Scrambler platform. It was supposed to be an air-cooled 1100cc 2-valve engine that only managed around 80 horsepower, a reminder of times long gone, wrapped around in a steel frame, and we all somehow got very excited about it at the time. Must have been the looks. Realistically, I don't think it would have sold very well. It would have been heavy. Most people that would have bought it would probably only stick to paved roads. Ducati has, however, changed all of that. Gone is the dinosaur engine, and in its place comes Ducati's 937cc Testa Strata engine. Testa Strata, as we all know, means narrow head, so I'm sure Dave had some influence in naming this engine. This is a water-cooled engine. It's on the Multistrada 950 and a few other bikes at the moment. It pumps out 113 horsepower. It's much smaller, lighter, and obviously more powerful than Ducati's original choice. Service intervals are quite impressive as well. 15,000 kilometers or more than 9,000 miles for a standard service, and double that, 30,000 kilometers for valve clearance checks. Depending on its tune state, 80% of its torque, 93 Newton meters peak, is available at just 3,500 RPM. So this is well suited to be fun and useful off-road. Ducati has also confirmed that the chassis is all new for the DesertX. Gone is the Scrambler's all-steel frame, and in its place, we should be seeing something that is lighter and suited for proper adventure riding. Another fact which shows that Ducati is serious about the DesertX's off-road performance is the 21-inch front wheel. Nothing yet about the rear wheel size, but that should come in at 18 inches, and this combination is great for going off-road. A 21-inch front wheel compared to the 19 inches which most other manufacturers use make riding in ruts, gravel, sand, pretty much anywhere where you actually need the bike to help you off-road a lot easier. Check out my Tenere 700 review if you haven't yet. That 21-inch front wheel helps a lot. Styling on the DesertX seems to haven't changed at all from the concept version, and this is good news since the Italians usually get it right in the design department. The twin circular headlights with DRLs around them, the almost vertical windshield, it looks very close to the early 90s Cagiva Elephant and brings to the table a very Paris-Dakar inspired bike. So, from all of these changes made by Ducati so far, we can get a good overall picture of what they want the DesertX to be. It's no longer a Scrambler derivative, but a proper long-distance adventure bike which should be capable off-road and comfortable for long stretches of paved roads as well, since that's realistically where it's going to be spending most of its time. You're going to be riding off-road, but to get to that, you'll need to, ride on paved roads a lot. Ducati already has the 950 Multistrada, which falls in this category, but with the DesertX, they seem to want to hit that off-road mark a lot more seriously. Honda's Africa Twin seems to be its closest competitor so far, but at the same time, so does everything else. The KTM 890s, BMW's 850 GS, even the Northern 901, which is taking forever to come out, seem like proper bikes to consider along with the DesertX. I highly doubt this will hover around price-wise in Tenere 700 territory, So for the moment, Yamaha is safe from anything Ducati has to offer. December 9th will be the DesertX's full reveal date. Say that 5 times quick. DesertX's. Theoretically, I should be seeing it at EICMA in person this year, so make sure you subscribe to get all of that info before the reveal date. This is actually a great time to be alive if you're into mid-ish sized adventure bikes, since in the next 2 years, we're gonna have a lot of choice. In the meantime, why don't you jump down to the comment section below and let us all know if the DesertX tickles your fancy and what you would expect from it, price, equipment, etc. I'm very curious, so let us know down below. Well, that's the show for today, everyone. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming one of our Patreons to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.